Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of Draw Something with Rabdan. Alright, we're using the software PixLR and we're going to use it this time to create a bulb with a bee using middle and some wildflowers. Alright, are you ready? Let's get going. Alright, so first thing we need to do is to go back to our website, PixLR, and then we're going to click on Open and we're going to locate our bulb. Once you have added your bulb, what you will need to do is to use your heal tool. Heal is right here. And once you have selected, you're going to use it to remove the interior of the bulb. Yeah, you know that little part where the light actually works? Yeah, that's part we're taking out. We're not doing electronics. Today we're doing drawing. All right. Want to do some level of artwork. And then what you're doing is clicking on the areas that you want to have removed. As you click on them, they should move. Yeah. Might need to exercise some patience because sometimes these tools don't update as quickly as we want them to. So it may look like, oh, it's not moving. But yeah, that's because you're using Wi-Fi. You're actually drawing over the internet. All right, so that takes in a lot of bandwidth to get the job done. Nevertheless, once you click on it, you'll notice that the parts of the bulb um, will slowly and gradually disappear. Right? You know, for a more perfect finish, you can also zoom it up so you can see those extra pieces that are actually there. The next thing that we're going to do now is to rotate our bulb. So you might want to zoom all the way in. You can use Control and the minus sign simultaneously to do this, or you can use a mouse if you're actually using a mouse. When you click on Edit and then you click Free Transform, and you're going to rotate upward. Once you rotate upward, it does look a bit slant. So what you can use is your crop tool over here. And once you've done the crop tool, you're going to put it into where you actually want it to be at. And then once you have done that, you're going to go ahead and save by clicking the Enter key. All right, once we have done this, you can zoom back out so you can see clearer. What you will do from here is to go ahead and make a copy. So you do that by clicking the duplicate here or Control D. And again, right click, and we're going to name that as bulb, right? Just like we did in the first activity. Next thing we're going to do is to add our middle. So you go to File and you click on Open Image and you click on the middle. Next, you're going to use your marquee tool right here and you're going to cut out the image that you want to add now to your bulb. From there, you're going to click on Edit and you select Copy. You go back to bulb and you're going to click Edit and Paste. Now you can move this if you want. You go there and move it to where in the bulb you actually want some of this to actually be exposed because you want to have a good look of your bulb. You can rename this as middle so that you can keep track of all your layers. Just in case you're not seeing your layers, remember you can go to View and click on Layers panel so that you can see. All right. Once you've done this, you're going to go ahead and go to Layer and you're going to click Add Mask. All right. But before you add mask, you can go back to the middle and make sure you change the blending mode to multiply. All right. Once you have done that, then go back to Layer and click on Add Mask. Notice it disappears just like we did the first time. We're going to make sure it's on Add Mask. And now we're going to paint in the middle. Okay. So notice, and you can zoom up to make sure that you have the best finish that one can actually have. And also you can reduce the size of your bulb. So if you're using a size 50 is too much, and maybe you want to put it down to 30. And yes, first time doing it. Sound looks so neat, maybe, unless you're already very good at having a steady hand and actually drawing properly. But there is some room to try and get it right by removing some of the extra mass. So it's much like painting. Alright? So don't worry if you didn't get it neat the first time. You can try and remove some of it by switching here to add mask. So you can use your remove from brush. It's almost like an eraser tool. It is used to erase parts of the bulb if you would like. Alright, once it's at a stage where you're satisfied, I mean, you could slow this video and put some more work in it to make sure that it actually looks neat and nice. Alright, once you have done this, the next thing that we're going to do is to insert our B into it. So we do this by going again to File, and as we go to File, we're going to click on Open Image, and we're going to select our B. Now this time the B comes in. You can use your lasso tool to cut out the B. There you go. And that's what is going to lift off your B. You can go ahead and click copy. And if you want to make sure that your B is actually working, what you could have done is to click the one tool, and what you want to do is to move areas of the thing. So, you know, those white spaces around, you can be trying to remove them. Okay, from that you can go ahead and select copy, and then go back to our bulb, and we're going to try and paste in our bulb. You know where this time, so you want to make sure that you're on the right thing. So you want to make sure you deselect, and then try again. So we go back to edit and we select copy, and then we're going to come back here and we're going to click edit and paste. Oh, nice. So it's now there. So we need to adjust the size of our B. Again, we click on edit and we go to free transform, and we reduce the size of our B so that it looks realistic. Yeah, it's going to be just about in there. Yeah, you rename this also. You rename this as you want to rename this as well as B. No, this is your B, and yeah. So once you have done that, the next thing that you want to do is you can paint in your B, or you can choose to let it remain as is, or you can also use your market tool. So I'm going to zoom it out, and we're going to try and use our market tool to see if we get out some of the white space that is around here. Let's see if we like what it looks like. If you don't like it, you can always remove it later on. All right. So it doesn't look as nice without it. So of course, if it does look as nice, you can undo it, man. All right, so that it keeps that outer shape for you. All right, the next thing that we're going to try and do is to put inside. So what you can do is to use the eraser tool then, right? And you can try and reduce the size, okay? Reduce the size of the brush on the eraser, and you can remove the parts that you think are a bit too excessive. So you can use, if you notice what I'm doing, I'm using that eraser tool. And I'm just trying to give it some art impression. Alright. And I know that's what my bee is looking like at this time. So if you want to spend some more time on it and make sure that it is as neat as you want it, you're welcome to do that as well. What we're going to do now is do one last thing, and that is to insert our wildflower in it. So we'll go again to open image, and we find our wildflower. And what we can do is to use our tool as usual to cut out our flower. Yeah. What you can do here, you're gonna click on copy, and you're going to go ahead and paste it in. Once you paste it in here, what you're going to do now is to click on free transform. You want to move it into space, and you can make it, you want to sort of create impression that it's at the bottom, because that's where plants would be in reality. Once you've done that, again, you want to rename this as wildflower. And yeah, if you've done that bit, from here, what you can actually do, you can play around with some of the blending modes. I personally don't like the blending modes, but you can, hey, this is a learning, so you can try out some of them and see which one you want to stick with. I think I'm going to stick with lighten, and then what I'm going to do then is to go ahead and add mask quickly. So I go to layer, click add mask, and I'm going to then paint in that one at the bottom. And there you go. Again, spend some time and put in some more work on it to do, but this is the general understanding of what we're trying to get done. So we're using several different layers to produce something that we imagine, some form of creative thing. All right, so this would be what your results partially look like. But you can put in some more work and make sure that it's actually neater, so you can submit at the end of this activity. All right. What I'm going to encourage you to do is to complete this, turn it in as soon as you finish, and let's see who was able to do a better job than I actually did. All right. Well, stay tuned for the next project, which will come right after this one. Thank you.